I guess I want to say that it helps me communicate something that is hard to put into words. Something that maybe feels like it exists outside of language. It certainly allows you to add texture to your words and to the story that you want to tell. And I do usually think of songs as stories. So I guess it provides that backdrop and that color that otherwise, the story might not have. My name is Eliza. I am a musician and a writer, and this is the ranch where I live and work. We are just outside of the small town of Bison, South Dakota, and this is a pretty unique part of the world. I mean, we sort of joke about how we're one of the most remote counties in the United States. We're furthest from a McDonald's of like any other incorporated town anywhere in the contiguous United States. So if solitude was what I wanted. I was a really good kid and I was a really good student, so I'd really followed all the rules, and then, you kind of hit that wall post-college where you just think, well, now it's really unclear what the rules are. And I'm not sure how to follow them anymore, and also I'm a little bit sick of following them. And just wanting to experience that feeling of joyful liberation that music gave me, because I didn't find that anywhere else in my day-to-day life. It also felt like, I have this very emotional nature, and that made me feel a little bit like I didn't make sense to myself in the world, because I saw people going to their regular jobs and sort of, doing things, and I felt incapable of that because, of this roller coaster that I was on. So performing made that way of being feel useful. It made it feel like I had a place. I was working and living in Minneapolis and playing almost every night of the week. And I just had released an album that was getting pretty good reviews, so I was touring with that, and it was great. But there are times where you kind of wish you could sleep in a bed instead of the back of your car or somebody's floor. So I was aware that there would come a point where maybe I needed to transition to something else. But let's see, how can we explain that without adding the sordid details? I came actually to Bison to record my next record, and it ended up not happening. The man I was working with, we just didn't see eye to eye.
Can you elaborate on that?
No. That was more related to the relationship, and there was just a lot of things about it that were hard. It was so difficult and so painful, and it's actually a testament to like how much I loved it here that I was like, why am I still here? And it was confusing because that is what had brought me, but then it became really clear that wasn't why I stayed. It kind of woke me up to what was supposed to be happening. To get the opportunity to live this way, to live, so close to the land and all that, I couldn't let that pass me. I mean, I used to call it the big love. You're just full of something that you can't explain, and it's so joyous. I mean, that's what playing music makes me feel. I was surprised to find out I could be happy. That's actually true. Because I didn't think that I could be.
Okay.
I don't know. I just thought maybe I was just kind of a little bit of a melancholy type of person. And, I guess not that I didn't experience joy, but it was not the baseline. And now it really is. So I feel really lucky, like I almost accidentally happened on to a life that is just so wonderful, and I would never have known. You know, it's not where I started, so it's a surprise even now.